Thank you very much, Mataji, for joining. Hare Krishna. Is there anybody else who would like to introduce themselves?
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. This is Niharika from Bloomington.
Hare Krishna, Niharika Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all goes to Guru Maharaj. Thank you very much, Mataji, for joining. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Radhika Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Guru and Gauranga. This is Vinita Gandharvika.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all goes to Guru Maharaj. Thank you very much, Mataji, for joining. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Radhika Mataji, all goes Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. My humble obeisances to you and all the devotees. This is Krishna Kumari Devdas.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Kumari Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all goes to Guru Maharaj. Thank you very much, Mataji, for joining. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, Guru Maharaj ki Jai. This is Shama Gauri Dasi from Charlotte. And Mataji, if we can start recording, Prabhuji has already joined.
Sure, Mataji. Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you so much for joining. Welcome to the conference call. Today we are very fortunate to have His Grace Sukumar Gaur Prabhuji to enlighten us on the topic Srimad Bhagavatam 4th Canto, 29th chapter and 80th verse. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna.
All glories to Shri Prabhupada, all glories to Guru Maharaj. Thank you very much, Prabhuji, for giving your very valuable time and association to us this morning and enlightening us on this topic. I would like to hand over the call to you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Satvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lilita Shri Vishakhanvitam Shah Namam Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Nitinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktavranda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna. So we welcome all devotees for this morning session. I'll read the shloka and translation. Maitreya uvacha Bhagavato mukhya bhagavan narado hamsayor gatim pradarshaya amum amantrya siddha lokam tato gamat. The great sage Maitreya continued. The supreme devotee, the great saint Narada, thus explained to King Prachinibari the constitutional position of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and the living entity. After giving an invitation to the king, Narad Muni left to return to Siddhaloka. Siddhaloka and Brahmaloka are both within the same planetary system. Brahmaloka is understood to be the highest planet within the universe. Siddhaloka is considered to be a satellite of Brahmaloka. The inhabitants of Siddhalokas have all the powers of yogic mysticism. From this verse, it appears that the great sage Narada is an inhabitant of Siddhaloka. Although he travels to the planetary systems, all the residents of Siddhaloka are spacemen, and they can travel in space without mechanical help. The residents of Siddhaloka can go from one planet to another individually by virtue of their yogic perfection. After giving instruction to great King Prachinibari, Narad Muni departed and also invited him to Siddhaloka. So this is a very interesting section between Narad Muni and Prachinibari. It's coming to an end. And after giving the elaborate description, now the final concluding part is speaking about the destination. He is inviting him to the higher planets, which is Brahmaloka, where Narad Muni also resides. And this is the role of a guru, to elevate the sadhaka from whatever level he is. Just like we see in first chapter, uh, Krishna elevates Arjuna's consciousness, and that is how his iha and para, they stay in the material world and stay in the next destination is also, it becomes glorious. So here, by association of Narad Muni, we see that King Prachini Bari is now getting elevated to a very higher destination. We also see similar examples of Valmiki, Mrigari, where their consciousness is elevated and they come to a very superior platform and they can see things as they are. Now, here Narad Muni has given Prachini Bari the vision to see things as they are, and that is why he is able to give up his attachment to the material things. So this is the specific role a guru has to play, or a mentor has to play, or a counselor has to play in the life of a sadhaka. Without his help, we are not able to see things as they are, and hence our stay in this material world is prolonged. That is why that the Supreme Lord has made this arrangement of the Guru Shishya Parampara, by which we are able to perceive the right kind of perception is allowed by the mercy of the Guru Shishya Parampara. And one such Guru we'll be discussing about is our Veer Chandra Prabhu. His appearance will be celebrating. So I'll narrate some pastimes about Veer Chandra Prabhu. So this comes in Nityananda Charitamrita, Antyakhanda chapter 11, where Lord Gauranga instructs Lord Nityananda. Now, since initially Lord Nityananda was an Avadut, he was a sannyasi, and now Lord Chaitanya is instructing him something. So one day in Nilachal, Puridham, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu discussed something alone with Lord Nityananda. And Lord Chaitanya is saying to Lord Nityananda, Tumi yao gauda deshe karaha samsar, tabe sab loke aiva nistar. He's saying, Tumi yao gauda deshe. Now you go to Bengal and karaha samsar, and then you get married there. Tabai sab loke aiva nistar. And when you will preach amongst the common men, then only it is possible for them to be elevated, or they'll be able to give up their materialistic affairs. Punah asibe ami tomara mandire, tomara grihe haibe amara avatare. So Lord Chaitanya is saying, Punah asive ami tomara mandire. Then Lord Chaitanya is saying, after a short period of time, I'll be ending my pastimes, but you don't worry, Lord Nityananda. Tomara grihe habe amara avatar. He says, I'll come back in your mandire. Mandire is your house. I'll come back in your house. Tomara grihe habe amara avatare. I'll be reborn in your house again as your son. Bhakti baliya puna asibe samsar gupa avatara shastra nahite prachar. He's saying Bhakti baliya puna asibe samsar. The people of this material world, they have forgotten about the devotional service, and that is why gupa avatar shastra nahibe prachar. And this incarnation of mine, which I'll be taking as your son, is not mentioned in the shastras. Gupa avatar, it is an hidden incarnation. Achinte amara shakti kehe nahi jani, se janiya tumi jana se khani. He's saying, and by my strength, I'll spread this process of devotional service. So he's saying this to Lord Nityananda. This incarnation of mine is secret, not known to the scriptures, and no one knows my inconceivable energies. Only you know them perfectly, and others can know only by your mercy. So then there is one more story that comes from Abhiram Lilamrit, which is written by one of his disciples. So we all know that Abhiram Thakur is one of the most prominent followers of Lord Nityananda, and according to Srila Kavi Karnapur, Abhiram Thakur is the incarnation of Sridama Saka, who is none other than the brother of Srimati Radharani in Krishna Leela, and his pastimes are written by Shri Tilak Ramdas, who is one of the very prominent disciples of Shri Abhiram Thakur. And he has written this in the book called Shri Abhiram Lilamrit in the 4th chapter. So one day, now Shri Tilak Ramdas is narrating the event. Uta uta ore shishya sunah vachan. This Tilak Ramdas, who is disciple of Abhiram Thakur, is resting. So Guru Maharaj comes, Abhiram Thakur, and says, Uta uta, you wake up, O shishya, sunah vachan, and you listen to my words. Amaraya te kalila karaha varnan. And now what do? Wake up, and I want you to write about my pastimes. Who is saying this? This is Abhiram Thakur. He is saying that you write about my pastimes because they are so wonderful and they are connected to Lord Chaitanya. Etabali moras sate charana dharila charana parashalila shravana haila. He says that my Guru Maharaj touched his lotus feet on my forehead, and at that time all the pastimes of Abhiram Thakur, they were revealed to him. And this is from chapter 15, verse 141 to 246, in which is describing the glorious pastimes of Abhiram Thakur in connection to the newborn baby of Lord Nityananda. Now, Abhiram Thakur, we all know, is a very powerful personality, and he is supposed to have the power to test the authenticity of devotional service of any sadhaka. Not only that, if the deities are fake, if the shaligram is fake, then the deities and shaligram would break. We know when he used to offer obeisances, they used to break. That was the power of Abhiram Thakur. So on one occasion, Abhiram Thakur met Nityananda Prabhu on the bank of Ganges, and Nityananda Prabhu brought him home. And then Nityananda Prabhu offered Abhiram Thakur a seat. They embraced, they sat down. And then Lord Nityananda is asking, "Oh, my brother Abhiram, what is your desire? How come you are here in my town?" And then Abhiram Thakur says, "I want to see your son." Hearing this, Lord Nityananda becomes so happy. And he takes him home. And Lord Nityananda's wife, Vasudha Devi, and Janva Devi, both of them, when they heard that Abhiram Thakur is here, they are so happy. And both of them fainted in joy. And then Lord Nityananda brought the child and put it in the lap of Abhiram Thakur. And as soon as they put in the lap, and Abhiram Thakur offered obeisances to the child immediately died. And there was a great chaos that, oh, the child has died. And nobody knew the purpose why Abhiram Thakur was doing this. And now what happened? Every time a child was born to Lord Nityananda, Abhiram Thakur used to be present there, and he used to offer obeisances. So like this, many children of Lord Nityananda, now we can't say died, but they left their bodies when Abhiram Thakur offered obeisances to them. So now what happened? Nityananda Prabhu became very morose and sad that he comes and offers obeisances, and my children, they don't live for a long time. And so next time, Lord Nityananda decided that he will not invite Abhiram Thakur. So somebody asked Lord Nityananda, "Why don't you invite him when your son is born?" He says, "No, he makes me bereft of my son." So when his son is born, he tells all the boatmen, Lord Nityananda tells all the boatmen that please don't carry the person named Abhiram Thakur to my house. And he wants this to all the boatmen. Now during the time the child is born, so Lord Nityananda gives a big festival, and and Abhiram Thakur and his wife Malini are staying in Krishnanagar. So at their house, the house of Abhiram Thakur, Vakreshwar Pandit, he comes and sees and meets them. So Malini Devi offers a seat to Vakreshwar Pandit, inquires from him, and then Abhiram Thakur, and then he says, "Do you know Lord Nityananda is performing a great festival on occasion of the birth of his son? And you are the Pradhan Gopal, you are the Ashtasaka, you are the prominent Gopal. So, and Lord Nityananda is also a Gopal. So, hasn't he invited you?" Then Abhiram Thakur laughs and says, "No, he has not invited me." So then Vakreshwar Pandit, he humbly inquires why he hasn't invited you for the birth ceremony of his child. Then Abhiram Thakur says that he is afraid that if I offer obeisances to him, his child may die. And anyways, I have no invitation. Then Malini says, Abhiram Thakur, you are a sakha, you are a gwala, a coward boy. And such coward boys, they have no ego. And hence, they don't need any invitation. So you can as well go and visit the house of Lord Nityananda. And when Abhiram Thakur heard this, so he bid farewell to Vakreshwar Pandit. And from there, he left to the house of Lord Nityananda. So he went there on the bank of Ganges and he asked one boatman, can you please ferry me across? He said, first you tell me your name, because Lord Nityananda has told me not to ferry a person called Abhiram Thakur. So what is your name? And he says, my name is Abhiram Thakur. And as soon as he hears the name Abhiram Thakur, and the boatman becomes scared because Lord Nityananda has given a warning. And what he does in that fear, he breaks his own boat. And seeing Abhiram Thakur come, all the boatmen, they drown their boats just to avoid ferrying Abhiram Thakur. So now what Abhiram Thakur does, now since Lord Nityananda has restricted me, so what he does, he takes a cloth and waves that cloth and throws it in water, and the cloth starts floating. And as soon as the cloth starts floating, he steps on that cloth, and with the help of that cloth, he ferries across and reaches the house of Lord Nityananda. And seeing Abhiram Thakur reach the house of Lord Nityananda becomes astonished and he runs. And Lord Nityananda becomes worried, and he takes all the Mahantas and the devotees who have come there for the festival to meet Abhiram Thakur. And when Abhiram Thakur sees that they are all performing ecstatic kirtan, and what happens, Abhiram Thakur, he goes in his mood as a sakha, and he starts playing flute, and he loses his external consciousness. And there, this Tilak Ramdas, the disciple of Abhiram Thakur, writes, and then who can understand the glories of Abhiram Thakur? And then Lord Nityananda invites him, Abhiram Thakur embraces him, there is exchange, loving exchange between both of them. And Lord Nityananda then brings Abhiram Thakur to his house. And then Abhiram Thakur says, I am very hungry, please give me some prasad. And then Nityananda Prabhu request Vasudha and Janva Mataji, and they happily bring him lot of prasad, so many items, opulent dishes. And Abhiram Thakur eats it all. Everything is finished in the house. And seeing this, Lord Nityananda offers Dandavat to him and says, I offer obeisances to your pastime. Who can understand your Vraja, in Vraja Lila, your Shridama Sakha? Yeah, have you forgotten your loving relationship with me? When we were in Vraj Dham, you used to share everything with me. Now you didn't even ask me. You didn't leave anything aside. So is this behavior proper? And then Abhiram Thakur listened and he says, my nature is that of a coward boy. First I take, then I give it to others. My behavior is that of a Vrajvasi. Knowing my nature and activities in Vraj, how can you say that I took all the prasad? He says, go inside and see all your pots. And then Abhiram Thakur did his anshman. And as soon as Lord Nityananda enters his kitchen and sees that all the pots are doubly filled and the prasad size has increased, then Lord Nityananda happily embraces Abhiram Thakur. And then Abhiram Thakur says, Lord Nityananda, now you feed all the devotees and the Mahantas who have come. They all take their prasad, they do anchman, and Lord Nityananda gave them tambul and all the other things and gave them a place to rest. Now Abhiram Thakur had come for a purpose. He had come there to see the child. So Abhiram Thakur says, Nitai, I heard that you are celebrating this festival because you have given birth to a son. So I want to offer my obeisances. And seeing and hearing everybody starts crying. Vasudha and Janva Mata, they start crying and they request Abhiram Thakur that please protect this child. let this child not be harmed. And let us not be criticized as parents who have no son. Then Abhiram Thakur says, why are you all fearing? You don't understand that the purpose of my coming is not just to offer obeisances to the child. I am here to test if the child is the Swayama Swarupa of the Supreme Lord, means he is the personal manifestation of the Supreme Lord or not. If he is the Swayam Swarup, the personal manifestation, then he will survive my obeisances. Then hearing Abhiram's word, Nityananda Prabhu becomes very happy, and then he brings his son before Abhiram Thakur, and then Abhiram Thakur starts laughing and he offers his obeisances. And as soon as he offers obeisances to the child, the child starts laughing loudly. And just to test again, Abhiram Thakur again offers obeisances to the child, and this child even starts laughing more loudly. And then it is confirmed that this child is nobody else other than the Swayam Swarup of Supreme Lord Krishna, means he is nobody else other than Lord Chaitanya, who has come back again. And this child is our Veerabhadra Prabhu, who is not different from Lord Chaitanya. Yana dekhe che gora dekhe arbar, punarabi se gora Veera avatar. They saying punar bar sei Gora, Lord Chaitanya Gora avatar has come back again as Veera avatar. He has come back again as Veerabhadra Prabhu. So that those who did not see Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they could have the opportunity to see Lord Chaitanya again. And so Lord Chaitanya has appeared again to continue his preaching program and to give darshan to all those who had missed seeing Lord Chaitanya. So, Veerabhadra Prabhu is nobody else other than the Supreme Lord, Lord Chaitanya, who has come back, and he is doing so many wonderful pastimes. So Veerabhadra Prabhu is also called as the incarnation of Shirodakshai Vishnu. Srila Kavi Karnapur has written in Gaur Ganodesha Deepika, Shankar Shanasya Yo Vivop Payo Vishayi Namakaha. He's saying he is not different from the expansion of Lord Sankarshan, who is the Shirodakshai Vishnu, appeared in Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastime as Veerabhadra Prabhu. So Lord Veerabhadra was non-different from Lord Chaitanya. Also in Chaitanya Charitamrita CC Adi Leela, you will find this in 11th chapter, 8th shlok. Shri Veerabhadra Gosai Skanda Maha Shaka Tara Upashaka Yata Asankhya Tara Lekha. He's saying after Lord Nityananda Prabhu, the greatest branch was Veerabhadra Gosai, and who has innumerable branches and sub-branches, and it is not possible for me to describe them. So when Lord Veerabhadra, he grew up, then he took initiation from Mother Janva, who was his stepmother. She was also wife of Lord Nityananda. And he had one disciple named as Yadunath Acharya, who had two daughters. One was Shrimati and one was Narayani. So he married Yadunath Acharya's both daughters, and this is mentioned in Bhakti Ratnakar also. And he had so many other disciples who came, who took initiation from Veerabhadra Prabhu, and all his preachings endeavors are well known all over. So his main disciples were Ramakrishna, who lived near Malda, and who had 4 sons, and then the glorious preaching continued through them. Also, Veerabhadra Prabhu has appeared on the 9th day of dark fortnight in the month of Kartik. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami explained this in the Adi Leela also. And we saw that he is nobody else other than Shirodakshai Vishnu, and he has acted in a very prideless manner and preached the message of Lord Chaitanya. So this is the brief history, and he had so many pastimes, and under the guidance and tutelage of Janva Mata, he has practiced the devotional service process, and he took initiation from Janva Mata. Also, Veerbhadra Prabhu, or in short, we can say that Lord Nityananda had one daughter. Her name was Ganga Devi, and she was nobody else other than the incarnation of Mother Ganga. So, taking permission from his mother, Veerchandra Prabhu then set out for his pilgrimage to Vrindavan. And while going to Vrindavan, he first visited Saptagram, and in Saptagram, from there he met Udarandat Thakur and his son. Udarandat Thakur was not there. His son Srinivasa Datta, he was there. He greeted him, showed him all hospitality. He stayed there for 2 days. From there he went to Shantipur Advait Bhavan, and there they had a very huge kirtan, massive kirtan, and Advait Acharya's son Krishna Mishra, he took care of him. And then from there he crossed the Ganga river, and then he went to Gauridas Pandit's house in Ambika Kalna, and there he met Hriday Chaitanya. He honored him as his guest. He stayed there. There was a lot of katha and kirtan, and from there he went to Navdeep, to the house of Jagannath Mishra. And when the senior associates of Lord Chaitanya, they saw him, they were so pleased that all of them showered their blessings, and a lot of gifts were given to him. And after spending 2 days, he came to Shrikhanda. There he met Shri Raghunandan and Shri Kanai Thakur. He spent few days with them discussing Krishna Katha, and then a few days he spent with Srinivas Acharya in Jajigram, and there was a lot of exchange between them. So there is a pastime of Veerbhadra Prabhu and Srinivas Acharya. When Srinivas Acharya was supposed to be traveling towards Vrindavan, that time, one day Lord Veerbhadra, he was sitting in his veranda, and immediately he started feeling Ashtasattvic Vikar. He started feeling deep emotions. And when Mata Janva saw him, she said, some pure devotee is coming to meet you. So go and find him. And then he sends his associates, and they find Srinivas Acharya. And as soon as Srinivas Acharya comes there, Veerbhadra Prabhu, not only Veerbhadra Prabhu, Mata Janva also starts showing ecstatic symptoms there. And in this way, they meet and have deep conversation. And Mata Janva blesses Srinivas Acharya and tells him that immediately now you start for Vrindavan Dham, because if you make late, then you'll not be able to meet Srila Rupa Goswami. So immediately leave, and he leaves from there. And on the way, Mata Janva gives a letter to our Srinivas Acharya, and that letter is given to our Abhiram Thakur, and he in that letter she has written, why beat him with your string 3 times, and he doesn't know what is there. So he takes it and gives the letter to Abhiram Thakur. Then Abhiram Thakur wants to test Srinivas Acharya. He says, he gives him some money and says, do whatever you like with that. And Srinivas Acharya, he goes and buys banana and rice and cooks wonderful prasad for Lord Chaitanya, offers it to him. And immediately as soon as he's taking prasad, some devotees are sent by Abhiram Thakur to test him. And they say that we are hungry and we need prasad. And he feeds them the entire plate of his prasad. And the devotees are happy. They report to Abhiram Thakur. And then he has passed Abhiram Thakur test, that he is a simple, humble Vaishnava. And then Abhiram Thakur, he whips him with the whip he has, and immediately he starts showing the Krishna Prem, which is already there in Srinivas Acharya. He starts manifesting, and Mata Malini, she stops, and then this is how the manifestation of Krishna Prem is shown in Srinivas Acharya. So there are many pastimes about Veerchandra Goswami, who is also called as Veerbhadra Goswami. Both names are same, so it's not different. And then he tours the entire Vrindavan. He meets the 6 Goswamis, and the 6 Goswami, not 6 Goswamis, the senior Goswamis who are still there present, especially Jiva Goswami, Bhugarbha Goswami, who are there in Vrindavan. He meets them, he takes their blessings, and with their blessings, taking blessings of the senior Vaishnava, then he feels that now he has got the power to have darshan of Vrindavan Dham, and that is how he leaves to take the darshan of 12 forests, Radha Kund, Sham Kund, Govardhan, and Veerbhadra Prabhu. He does the parikrama, and after that he returns for his preaching endeavor back. So these are the few pastimes I thought of sharing. Thank you all very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you very much for a very beautiful class. I request all the devotees, if anybody have any questions, please go ahead. Are you okay to take the questions, Prabhuji?
I have 5 minutes, then we can end the class.
Okay, thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandot Pranam, our host Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much Prabhuji for your class, and very sorry to see you very sick, and please take rest Prabhuji. Get well.
Yes, Mataji. Thank you.
We will pray for you Prabhuji.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Thank you. Somebody has asked the question which section of CC I was talking from. It is not from CC. It is from Nityananda Charitamrita, Antya Khanda, chapter 11. And the other story was from the birth of Veer Chandra Prabhu was from Abhiram Leela Amrit. Abhiram Leela Amrit.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
So these are the two books that were referred.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Yes, Mataji. So should we end the class, Mataji?
Yes Prabhuji.
Okay, Mataji. Thank you so much.
Yes,
Hare Krishna.
if nobody
Hare
have any
Krishna.
questions, let's end the call. Thank you very much, Prabhuji, for your very enlightening class, and very grateful to you. And we'll pray for you, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji.
Let's
Thank
pay
you
our
so much.
obeisances to the Prabhuji and all the Vaishnavas. Vacha kalpatarupyasya kripa sindhubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Santat Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, His Grace Sukumar
Hare
Gaur
Krishna.
Prabhuji ki jai. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you for the wonderful class, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Feel better.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, feel better.
Hare Krishna. Padma Sakhi Mataji, are you there? So, Hare Krishna, dear devotees, we will continue our Brajamandal Parikrama. So, yesterday I was listening to a class given by the devotee who lives in Vrindavan Dham. So, he was saying this virtual parikrama is so important. Even though this year, it's not possible for devotees to go to Vrindavan and stay there. It's not possible because of the pandemic. So he was saying virtual parikrama is so important that some devotees might have gone and visited the different places of Vrindavan, and they will recollect their memories about Vrindavan Dham and all the Brajamandal parikrama. And if someone who has not gone and heard about it, even though they die in that consciousness, they will be born in Mathura district, like area of Mathura. So it's very important to have the virtual parikrama also. So Padmasaki Mataji, can you share the presentation? Hare Krishna. Today we will be visiting we'll be doing Radha Kund Parikrama.
Shamagauri Mataji, Padmasaki Mataji is not on the call.
She's not there, Mataji.
No, Mataji, she's not there.
I have the presentation, but I don't know how to share, Mataji. We need her.
So Mataji, if you have the presentation, if anybody is ready, Vinaya Mataji or Indu Mataji, they can share and you can talk.
I can email them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shall we call Mataji or anybody is calling her?
I called, but she didn't pick up. You can call her, Mataji.
Maybe it's a little early and she's getting her kids ready or something.
Yeah, Mataji, she's not lifting.
Yeah, you can, one of them can share for you, Mataji. You can email them.
I'm emailing to Indu Mataji. You got it, Mataji?
Mataji, I just got a blank email, Mataji.
No, get the second one. I sent 2 emails.
I don't have it yet. Give me a few minutes, Mataji.
I'm not good at technology, Mataji.
I didn't received that email yet, Mataji. Can you please share it again?
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
Mataji, she's joining. Padma Sakhi Mataji is joining.
Okay, she's joining. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Mataji, did you get now? I send it again.
Yes, I have received it.
Okay. And Mataji is also here.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna. Can you hear me, Mataji?
Yes, we can hear you.
Hare Krishna,
I'm
Padma
so
Sakhi
sorry.
Mataji.
I'm so sorry, Mataji. What happened? Usually they end at 8, right? So I was usually my Prabhu take care of kid, but he was very sick. So I was getting them ready. I'm so sorry.
Hare Krishna, Padma Sakhi Mataji. Dandavat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Thank you very much for your time, Prabhuji, and giving this enlightening topic on this parikrama. Yeah.
You said Prabhuji. I'm saying Mataji.
Thank you. I hand over the call to you.
Yes, okay, thank you. So since yesterday, actually, I have been meditating because as I say that I have least qualification to talk about Radhakund. So many on the call, Shyama Gauri Mataji, Kaumudiki Mataji, they know so much and they are much advanced than me. But thank you that Shyama Gauri Mataji gave me this chance on speaking about Radhakund Parikrama. So we will start. Remember that. Okay, so Mataji, you're sharing. Can you stop that, Mataji? Can I share, please? Then I can move according. Thank you. So yeah, be sharing. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mataji. So we all know that Rupa Goswami says, what does he say? He says, than the material world, spiritual world is definitely greater. So Vaikuntha planet is greater than Vaikuntha. Mathura is because Krishna is birth there. Than Mathura, Gokul, Vrindavan is more great. Why? Because Krishna did his Rasa Leela there. And then that Govardhan is much greater. Why? Because Krishna lifted with his own hands for 7 days and he did so many sweet pastimes. And then Govardhan, Radhakund is more and more greater in the whole entire creation. There is nothing like Radhakund. So then why? Because Krishna does lots of confidential pastimes here. Then so we will begin. This is the Parikrama mark that we have today. Bhakti, where are we starting? So we'll cover all these places. Bhakti Vinod Thakur, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati's Bhajan Kutir, Jagannath Temple, Lalita Kund, Lalita Mohan Temple, Jiva Goswami's Bhajan Kutir, Madhavendra Puri Baitak. So basically, these are all the places around Radha Kund and Shyam Kund. All these places. So we are seeing Radhakund and Shyamkund together. See, Radhakund is a rectangle in shape, square or like neat and nicely designed borders. But the Shyamkund is not as rectangular shape as Radhakund. Why? We will see now in our further discussion. So to begin with, So Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami in his Govinda Lilamrita says that Radhakund is surrounded in 8 directions by 8 kunjas, and each kunja or a grove is owned by 8 of her principal Sakis. Same with Shyamakund. They have 8 kunjas which is owned, each one is owned by 8 principal Sakas. So how did Radhakund appear in the spiritual world? We know that it is there here in the material world, but how did it appear in the spiritual world? So when Radha and Krishna are having their sweet, exchanges, we know that how much Radha Rani loves Krishna. Nobody can love Krishna as she loves Krishna. So then what happened? Krishna was so much immersed, in the thoughts of Radha Rani, thinking about Radha Rani, and he was thinking about how much she loves him. So in that, what happened? He got so immersed in the thoughts. And what did he do? He got her complexion, he got her mood, and he ran in the forest, like saying, "Hey, how will Radha Rani run?" Saying, "Hey, Krishna, Krishna." So she was running, saying that. He was running. Then seeing Krishna leave the place and seeing him in so much ecstatic mood, what did Radharani do? Radharani also thinking about Krishna, how ecstatic he got. She went into that ecstatic mood and she took the form of Krishna. And all the Sakis were thinking, no, we have to do something now. Radharani is getting so ecstatic and she started crying, like saying Radhe, Radhe, because they exchanged their moods, right? Now Krishna is saying, Krishna took the mood of Radharani, saying Krishna, and Radharani took the mood of Krishna, and she started saying Radhe, Radhe. So they will go, somehow they will figure out where Krishna is, and then they will say, hey, Krishna, see, Radharani is, crying. Radharani is feeling, bad. What are you doing here? You got to come now. So Krishna immediately will come back to his normal senses and he will go to meet Radharani. Then on the way, he meets Radharani and he will, console her, and he will say that, hey, Radhe, did you see, in your ecstatic mood, you shed your tears, and being in separation, I started shedding tears, and look, there are 2 kunds that are formed. So then they will go and Krishna takes bath in Shyam Kund, Radharani takes bath in Har Kund, and then that is how in the spiritual world, these 2, Radha Kund and Shyam Kund, are eternally there. And we know the past, and according to our time calculations, from morning 10:48 to afternoon 3:36 p.m., that is the time where Radha and Krishna and the gopis, they stay at Radha Kund and Shyam Kund. So this is the time allocated. They stay different times at different places and do pastimes, but this Madhyana, this time is allocated at Radha Kund. So I think
Mataji, I want to sing the shloka about the Radha Kund.
Mataji, I didn't add. Yes, please go ahead.
यथा राधा प्रिया विष्णोर्तस्या कुण्डं प्रियस्तथा सर्वगोपीषु सेवैका विष्णोरत्नं वल्लभा. Just as Srimati Radharani is most dear to Lord Krishna, so her lake, known as Radha Kundi, is also very dear to him. Of all the gopis, Srimati Radharani is certainly the most beloved.
It's in Chaitanya Charitamrita, right, Mataji?
Yeah, it's Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela 18.8.
Thank you, Mataji. So I think in 1987 or and 2010, sometimes, like 2 times they cleaned Radha Kund, so that then they found a lot of steps under Radha Kund. If you see here, see so many steps, and this is the on the first day when we did, the Kaumudiki Mataji was mentioning, it's called Kankan Kund. So this is the Kankan Kund, which actually the Sakis dig with their Kankan, bangles, bracelets. So then going forward, so before even we enter Radha Kund, there are I showed all the different places there. So even Radha Kund is being protected on the 4 sides by Lord Shiva. So we have Bankandi Mahadev on the east side of Radha Kund, and Rameshwar Mahadev is there. But now the picture you are seeing is Kundeshwar Mahadev. He's on the south side protecting Radha Kund. So then Mataji.
Yeah, Mataji, this Kundeshwar Mahadev, he protects, how he protects, like he doesn't allow anybody to go there who is not qualified. So everybody going there needs the qualification from Radharani, mercy of the Radharani, then only they can go. Otherwise, this Kundeshwar Mahadev will not allow to go there.
Yes, Mataji. So then there is this old Radha Krishna temple. Actually, I was trying to find the pictures and there was nowhere, but somehow before I was sleeping at 11 o'clock, I could find. Somebody posted in their Picasa. I was not able to take the photo of it. So I took the photo from my mobile and then kept it here. So this is this temple. It's like a pyramid shape, old Radha Krishna temple. Actually, Raghunath Das Goswami found these deities during the excavation of Radha Kund. And down this temple, there are like two trees, large neem tree and a banyan tree. They are intertwined, and the Vrajavasis worship them as Radha and Krishna. And as we go further, we will see one temple called Gopala Manipur Mandir. And Gopal Manipur Mandir, this is the picture. So what happened, this Gopal deity originally was worshipped by a Brahmana, but about 100 years ago, the king of Manipur had got a dream saying that Gopal said, please build me a temple so that I can always gaze Radha Kund as well as I can give darshan to Surya Bhagavan. So he exactly built a temple in such a place where the first rays of the rising sun appear on Radha Kund. In that way, he is giving darshan to the sun rays, and Gopal deity is also having the darshan of Radha Kund. So this temple is presently under the care of our ISKCON devotees. So that is Gopal Manipur Mandir. And then coming to Raghunath Das Goswami Samadhi. So before this, we'll go to a small history of how Radha Kund was found by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, 500 years ago, that means after 4,500 years ago, after Krishna left and in between Vajranabh had come, he had established. But then again, Vrindavan was lost. People actually forgot that that is Vrindavan. Basically, it became a jungle and they don't, know Radha Kund. They don't know Shyama Kund. So when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to excavate, he went to first Aritagram, or it's called Aristagram, because that is where Krishna killed Aristasur. So when he went there, he was asking everybody about if they know Radha Kund, Shyam Kund, but nobody was able to say. They just said we have only two ponds in our paddy fields. One is Kali, like black, and one is Gauri, golden color. So only these two are there. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went there. There was no much water. There was a very less water there, but still he took his bath, and the first prayer that he did was what Shyama Gauri Mataji now recited. He did that prayer and all the villagers were astonished, like, what is this? He's, jumping in this little water and he's feeling so ecstatic about it. So who else can find Radha Kund other than Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? So he found it, and then the Goswamis came. So he handed it over to the Goswamis, especially Raghunath Das Goswami. So what happened to Raghunath Das Goswami? We know that he's from a very, very rich family. That's a different story, but still he got lot of association from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu when he was at Puri. After Chaitanya Mahaprabhu left this material world, he was so dejected, he was so depressed. In fact, he wanted to go to Vrindavan, stand on top of Govardhan and commit a suicide. That was what he was planning. So he thought, first I have to go and take blessings of Sanatan Goswami and Rupa Goswami, and then I have to meet them, then I will do that. So when he goes, he will express his desire, like his thought process. But then Sanatan Goswami will say, what you are thinking is wrong, because once Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told to me that this body is mine, Sanatan, you should you should not abuse it. This is my body. In one context, he says to Sanatan Goswami. So understanding that, Raghunath Das Goswami will give up the thought of committing suicide, and then he will come to this place where Radha Kund is there. Then he has a small bhajan kutir here. Why the bhajan kutir came, how it came, we will see in the further slides. So then Raghunath Das Goswami, he came and he stayed here for 41 years. He would chant 64 rounds every day and just drink a cup of buttermilk. And his spiritual identity is Rati Manjari. So he just rested only for 90 minutes. That means 1.5 hours. Now what happened? He's after he left his body, his mortal remains are at the 3 Goswami Samadhis, which we will be seeing further slides. But then he came in the dream of, I think, Jiva Goswami, and he said that he wants a Samadhi even at the bank of Radha Kund. So this it's like just if this is Radha Kund, on the right hand side, if you go, there is this big not very big but very nice, like 24 hours there is the kirtan going on with big kartals they will be doing. When I went, I didn't know, so I asked, can I play kartal? They said no, not everybody can play. We will like, we have a group of people who will do that. Maybe they come from a lineage, I don't know that, but they will be doing, and they will always be cooking prashadam. So this is the samadhi of Raghunath Das Goswami. See, they're cooking always. If you go a little bit backside, then there is a DT of Radha and Krishna. So this is Raghunath Das Goswami Samadhi Mandir. And see, this is Radha Kund, and on the bank only we have Janava Baitak. So basically Raghunath Das Goswami Samadhi Mandir and Janava Mata's Baitak, they are little bit, suppose this is Mandir, and they're like in the same side of the Radha Kund. So what happened? We know Janava Mata, she was the wife of Nityananda, and we know how after Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu left this world, then she became a true leader actually to our Vaishnava, Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya, and she became a powerful preacher. She established so many like she got Radharani deities beside Radha Shyam Sundar. She established some deities, I think Radha Gopinath also. So, and she became a powerful preacher. What happened once she will come to Radha Kund? In fact, Raghunath Das Goswami was feeling so bad. He's in feeling separation of the other Goswamis who has left this world already. So she will come and she will visit Raghunath Das Goswami at his Bhajan Kutir, which is on the banks of Radha Kund. Then immediately Raghunath Das Goswami, I think Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami will go and tell, like, oh, Mother Janava is coming, Janava Mata is coming. Then he will go running and he will do prostrate obeisances. And Janava Mata will inquire how he is doing. She will, talk with him. And she stayed there for, I think, 2 months, so that she can, console Raghunath Das Goswami. So this is the place where she was sitting here under this tree, under this tamal tree. So this is Janava Baitak. So what happened? We know Janava Mata is Ananga Manjari, who is the sister of Radharani. So what happened one day when she was sitting here, Ananga Manjari's Kunja in Radha Kund is exactly at the center. So one day when she was sitting under this baitak, then she was hearing a flute sound. She thought, what is this flute sound? Like she was a little bit confused. She was looking here and there, and from this very place where Janava Baitaks we are seeing on the picture, she got the vision of Gopinath with all the gopis playing the flute in the Ananga Manjari's Kunja spot. So basically it was her Kunja only, which Lord Gopinath revealed that form and the pastime. So then she fell unconscious. That is the pastime that took place here, Janava Baitak. And then we have the Bhajan Kutir of Gopala Bhatta Goswami. This is the Bhajan Kutir. Shamagauri Mataji, you want to say something? Then we have the 3 Goswami Samadhi. It is Raghunath Das Goswami, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, and Raghunath Bhatta Goswami. Basically, the 3 left their bodies on the same tithi but in a different year. Raghunath Das Goswami in 1588, Kaviraj Goswami 1583, Raghunath Bhatta Goswami 1563. So these 3 Samadhis are there. They just left on the Dwadasi before Kartik, but different years. So this is that Samadhi. And when we come out of the Samadhi Mandir, 3 Samadhi Mandir, and turn left, there is this ghat on Shamakund. It is called Manasa Pavan Ghat, which is the ghat of Subala Sakha, because we know Shamakund has the kunjas of the Ashta Sakhas. So this is the kunja of Subala Sakha, but he handed it over to Radharani. And then Radharani used to come and take bath here at this spot with the gopis before they all meet Krishna. So this is that it's on the northwest bank, and there are also Pancha Pandava trees. So now what happened, what are these Pancha Pandava trees was, when Raghunath Das Goswami came, the Radha Kund was just 12 by 12. That was his size. Then he had a desire, he could foresee that so many people all around the world are going to come to this Radha Kund. So he wanted to build it very nicely so that it will be convenient for the devotees and the visitors who are coming, but he doesn't have money. Then he used to think, no, I'm thinking about money. Maybe I should not think about money. We know how rich Raghunath Das Goswami was. So then what happened? There was a very rich merchant who goes to Badrinath and he wants to donate money to Badri Vishal. But the Badri Vishal comes in his dream and he says that I have enough money, so you don't. I have everything enough. So what you will do is hand this money to Raghunath Das Goswami, who stays in Vrindavan on the banks of Radha Kund. So this merchant comes and he hands over all the money to Raghunath Das Goswami, and Raghunath Das Goswami thereby, Jiva Goswami was helping him. So both of them used that money to construct Radha Kund and Shyama Kund. So that day when they were building Radha Kund, then what happened that night when Raghunath Das Goswami goes to take rest for that 1-2 hours he takes every day, what happens? He gets a dream. In that dream, who comes? Pancha Pandavas. They come and they will say, hey, tomorrow when you are building Shyama Kund, please make sure that you don't cut these 5 trees. We as Pancha Pandavas are staying in that we are these 5 trees. Just we are staying here to see the pastimes of Radha and Krishna. Please don't cut us. So that is how Raghunath Das Goswami, they managed to keep these trees and then still build Shyam Kund. That's why Shyam Kund is in a different shape. It's not as rectangular, as square as Radha Kund. But now we don't see those 5 trees. They are not there anymore. But here there is a pillu tree. This is the pillu tree. What happened was, so this is close to Vishwanath Chakravarti's Bhajan Kutir. So this pillu tree actually showed his original form, revealed himself as a Brahmana from Varanasi, and he would share all the pastimes that he was seeing on the banks of Shyama Kund. He would explain, he would have, he kept on telling all the pastimes to Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. So this pillu tree was very, very special. This is the Bhajan Kutir of Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, and this is right left to Raghunath Kutir, closer to Shyama Kund, and it is closer to Manasa Pavan Ghat also. After Raghunath Das Goswami left, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur did his bhajan here almost for a 1.5 century here. Then, Mataji, you want to say something?
Yeah, Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami's Bhajan Kutir is also.
It's coming, Mataji. See?
Yeah. Got it. Yeah. Go ahead, Mataji.
Yeah. How did Raghunath Das Goswami's Bhajan Kutir come? So there are some very interesting pastimes which even we will enjoy. So Raghunath, initially there was no Bhajan Kutirs. We know that the Goswamis were staying under the trees, and we know they're changing their tree. So externally they're showing renunciation that they might get attached to that place where they're staying under a tree. But internally what was happening was, when they were sleeping under the tree, that staying there, all the pastimes were being revealed. What happened? And then they will go to another tree, then they will go to another tree, like that. So when he was doing bhajan, Raghunath Das Goswami, we know Sanatan Goswami, who is one of the eldest Goswami, he would visit Govardhan every single day. So when he came, he visited Raghunath Das Goswami just to see, how he is doing it. But one day, what happens? There were when he came, there were tigers coming around Raghunath Das Goswami, and Sakshat Krishna himself came and he was protecting Raghunath Das Goswami. And when Sanatan Goswami was seeing all this, and actually Krishna looked at Sanatan Goswami and gave a smile, and Krishna left. Then Krishna was saying to Raghunath Das Goswami, hey, we are saying we want to serve Krishna, we are doing bhajan to serve Krishna, and we are taking service from Krishna. What are you doing? You have to be careful. Then Raghunath Das Goswami feels bad. He will think, oh yes, I'll be careful. And he continued his bhajan. And next time again Sanatan Goswami came. This time what happened? It was hot in the summer. We know how hot Vrindavan is in summer. Then Radharani was giving shade to Raghunath Das Goswami with the pallu. Then she was sweating because she doesn't have her pallu to, cover herself. She was sweating. And she looked at Sanatan Goswami and she smiled. And Sanatan Goswami said, Raghunath Das, this is not good. The Krishna and Radha are coming to, serve us. It is not good. So you better build a Bhajan Kutir. So that's how the concept of Bhajan Kutir has come. So these are two, this is Raghunath Das Bhajan Kutir. That was the Samadhi before we saw, and this is the Bhajan Kutir. And this is Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami's Bhajan Kutir. And one more wonderful thing happened on the banks of Radhakund is where Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami wrote Chaitanya Charitamrita. Because Raghunath Das Goswami would Raghunath Das Goswami would sit under the banks of Radhakund, and every day 3-4 hours he would say about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He would say all the pastimes and all the stories about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and Krishnadas Gauraj Goswami used to make a note, remember all that. And on the banks of Radhakund, when he got instruction, this is where he was sitting and writing Chaitanya Charitamrita. This is his Bhajan Kutir. We have his bed, his room, everything is still there. And actually, there was one more pastime about Raghunath Das Goswami. We know Raghunath Das Goswami, it's very less, right? So one day he falls very sick. So when he fell sick, what happened was they got a Vaidya. Vaidya checked his pulse, and the Vaidya said, oh, he has a lot of problem eating sweets. He got this, he was sick because he ate a lot of sweets. Then they were thinking, Raghunath Das Goswami doesn't eat at all. How will he fall sick eating sweets? Then Raghunath Das Goswami says that today, I was meditating, and in that meditation, I went to the Goloka in my original Siddha Deha. Then the gopis had asked me to cook for sweet rice. I cooked sweet rice. Then they offered to Radha and Krishna, and they asked me to eat. So I had to eat lots of sweet rice. That's how he actually ate sweet, not in this here, but we know how when they meditate, they can go. They have the Siddha Dehas. They are not from here, right? They just come for a purpose to help all of us. But otherwise, they are the eternal residents of the spiritual world, Goloka Vrindavan Dham. So that is one more pastime about Raghunath Das Goswami. And this is Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami's Bhajan Kutir. And then there is Radha Govinda temple. Actually, there is Radha Govinda temple, there is Radha Madan Mohan temple, and even Gopinath's temple. How come they came from Vrindavan? Because when the Mughals attacked, when Aurangzeb attacked, they stayed at Radhakund because they were trying to shift them quickly, right? So that they don't attack. Then they stayed at Radhakund for some time, and from Radhakund they again went to Kamyavan, and from there they went to Jaipur. So because they stayed there for some time, after the original deities left, they actually built a temple of the three deities at Radhakund, and even at Kamyavan. When we go to Kamyavan, we can see we have the Pratibhu deities of Govindadev, Gopinath, and Madan Mohan. So there are beautiful deities, and the Prabhuji here actually takes care of the deities so nicely. Beautiful darshan and beautiful decorations. And this here comes an interesting pastime again. So when they were after the Radhakund construction is over by Raghunath Das Goswami and Jiva Goswami, what happened was all the Brajavasis would come every day to Radhakund, and they would wash their vessels, they would wash their clothes, they would do their household things there. Then Raghunath Das Goswami was thinking, this is not correct. Maybe we have to build some wells where the Brajavasis can use those wells for their daily necessities. Then they were building well, and they were building well as the builders, the workers were trying to build and dug a well. Then suddenly from one stone there was a lot of blood coming. They got so surprised and worried, and they go to Raghunath Das Goswami and they say, what has happened? So for that day they halted the construction of that well. The next day, that day night, Raghunath Das Goswami gets a dream where the Lord comes and says that very Shila is the tongue of Govardhan. So that's why when they hit the tongue, the blood has come. But then he reveals, he says that, please bring me out and build a temple for me. So that's why this mandir is called, this is a temple, this is called Jiva Mandir. Jiva is tongue, right? Taramaja Jivati, we say that. So Jiva Mandir, this is called Jiva Mandir, and this is that's a Shila. And if you see Shila at the back also, you will see how when you use some various tools, when you are doing on sculpture on the stone, you can see the marks and impressions. So on the back side of the Shila, you can see those impressions of the tools used on the Shila. So this is the Jiva Mandir. And then we come to our Bhakti Vinod Thakur's house. We know Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur is a son of Bhakti Vinod Thakur. They both used to stay here. Bhakti Vinod Thakur got a small land here and he built his Bhajan Kutir. Actually, this is called as Braja Swananda Sukada Kunj. In Mayapur, it is Swananda Sukada Kunj. Because Bhakti Vinod Thakur came here, it is Braja Swananda Sukada Kunj. Then every day, if you go there is a stick of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. There is a broomstick, cleaning there. Sometimes with the stick they give blessings. Whoever goes, if we are fortunate enough, they give blessings. And we know how Bhakti Vinod Thakur predicted that one day the glories of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will go to all the entire world. In fact, when the Western devotees would ask Prabhupada, like, please pray for us, please give blessings. In fact, Prabhupada, in one of his Mayapur walk, he said that now that I brought all of you to Krishna consciousness, I sincerely pray to Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur that he gives you protection and he gives you shelter. So it is Bhakti Vinod Thakur's prediction that even the Westerners and all the people all around the world will come to Vrindavan, will take the names of Krishna. And one more historical thing happened. Srila Prabhupada got the instruction to print books, if at all he has money, from Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur on the banks of Radha Kund. And actually around Radha Kund, the Parikrama Marg, we have seen they do Ratha Yatra also. This is the Jagannath Mandir where we have deities and they go on a small procession every year around this Parikrama Marg. So this is the temple.
Yeah, I got this temple. And I saw the turtles.
Then near Jagannath temple, we have Jiva Goswami's Bhajan Kutir. And he is the youngest of all Goswamis and is the son of Rupa Goswami's brother Anupama. If you see here, this is the what happened, Mahaprabhu's footprint is there in Puri. So they brought that and put a cast here. So these are the footprint impression cast at this Bhajan Kutir. If we go there, we can see here on the orange footprints. So these are original Mahaprabhu footprints. So please take blessings. Then we come to Lalita Kund. So Lalita Sakhi used this is the beautiful Lalita Kund. She actually used the waters of Radha Kund and Shyam Kund together to make her own Kund. And when they cleaned Radha Kund and Shyam Kund, actually they directed that waters to Lalita Kund only. And there were tortoises in the Radha Kund. They even transferred those Radha Kunds to Lalita Kund. So we will see big tortoises in Lalita Kund. So this is the entrance of the temple. There's a small deity of Lalita Sakhi, nicely decorated. And this is Gopi Koop. There is Gopi Koop also. This is a small well. So Koopa means well, right? So this was the place actually where the tongue of, we were discussing, right? The Shila was found. So this is that well, Gopi Koop. They decorate it also.
What can you tell me?
Then after Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had found Radha Kund and Shyam Kund, he went and he sat under a tamal tree. So this is that place where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sat, Chaitanya Baitak. Inside Chaitanya Baitak. So now this is Sangam. Sangam means it's a place where Radha Kund and Shyama Kund meet together. So these two quits meet here. This is the meeting point. There are so many Shilas here in this place. So this is called Sangam. Sangam means meeting, and this is another other side picture from side view. Okay. And as I said, we have Radha Gopinath temple also here. Then this is Nityananda Baitak. When Nityananda Mahaprabhu came to visit Vrindavan, he sat at this place. So it's called Nityananda Baitak. Very small one. Very small temple.
Hey, 1, 2.
So actually there's one more pastime I forgot to tell. I think when Raghunath Das Goswami, I don't remember the name. Maybe Mataji, if you know the pastime, you can tell. Like he was writing a book and then Sanatan Goswami comes and asks, hey, what are you writing these days? Then he will say that he was writing a poetry where he compares Radharani's hair with a snake. Then Sanatan Goswami will say, how can you compare Radharani's hair with a snake? Snake is very envious. Snake is very, very bad. We consider snake, it's not a good thing, a good animal. So then he will smile and say, okay, you think and you tell me what I can write. Then Sanatan Goswami will say, okay, I will go think and come. But that night he will get a vision where Radha and Krishna are doing their Julan pastime. There is a Julan Stali also on the Parikrama Marg. So where they were doing that Julan Parikrama and Julan pastime. And so black snake goes. He will have that vision, if you climb the swing and it will go and form like a hood on top of Radharani's head. Then he will understand actually that is how exactly Radharani's hair is. And then he will go and he will say to Raghunath Das Goswami that it's okay, you please keep it the same way. There is no need to change. That is what he said. What is that book name, Mataji? If anybody knows, I forgot.
I forgot, Mataji.
Yeah. So this is all about Radha Kund's appearance there.
Mataji, do you know what is Tamal Tala?
Tamal Tala. Mataji, it's here. See, on the bank of Shyamkund, this tree is there. Mahaprabhu, I was saying, no, after he found Radhakund and Shyamkund, he was sitting under the Tamal tree. This is that place.
Yeah, that's the Tamal.
It's a Tamal. This is inside. So this is pretty much the places around Radhakund. So I think I did some justice. Thank you so much. Please, any corrections or any additions, please do that.
Yeah,
very nice, Mataji.
If you all have some time, we can have darshan of Radhakund.
You have video?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay,